a world that thrives on noise, distraction, and emotional outbursts, the ability to remain calm is not just rare, it's powerful. The strongest individuals aren't the ones who shout the loudest. They're the ones who choose silence when provoked, stillness when chaos erupts, and control when everyone else loses theirs. This is the power of no reaction. And the ancient Stoics understood this better than anyone. To them, restraint wasn't weakness. It was a mark of discipline, wisdom, and unshakable strength. Imagine someone insults you, expecting a fiery comeback. Instead, you pause. You look at them, not with anger, not with fear, but with calm understanding. That moment of silence, that's power. That's you choosing not to let their behavior define your state of mind. Because when you don't react, you're not giving up your power. You're reclaiming it. You're saying, I decide how I feel. Not you, not this moment, me. This isn't about suppressing your emotions. It's about understanding them, questioning them, and deciding which ones are worth expressing. Reaction is instinct. Response is mastery. And that mastery begins with a single choice: to pause. The pause creates space for clarity, for logic, for control. And in that space, you find freedom. When you react impulsively, you hand over the reins of your life to others. Your emotions become dictated by external forces, someone's words, a traffic jam, a rude comment online. But the Stoics taught that your mind is your domain. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That strength isn't loud or flashy. It's subtle, calm, and deeply rooted. It shows up in the moments where you could explode, but choose not to. Where you could break, but choose to breathe. Every time you practice non-reaction, you build inner armor. Not to become cold or detached, but to become stable. It's not about being indifferent to the world. It's about choosing what truly deserves your energy. And most situations, they don't. Someone cuts you off in traffic? That's not your battle. A coworker throws a passive-aggressive remark? That's a reflection of them, not you. The moment you stop needing to prove yourself, to respond to every jab, you win. No reaction doesn't mean silence out of fear. It means silence out of control. It means you're not emotionally hijacked by the moment. You become the calm eye in the middle of the storm. People may try to push your buttons, but you've taken control of the panel. And when others notice that they can't shake you, they respect you, even if they don't say it out loud. Your calmness unsettles their chaos. Your discipline exposes their disorder. And slowly, your silence becomes your loudest voice. Silence isn't weakness. It's a calculated strategy. The world shouts, people argue, boast, over-explain. But the Stoic doesn't need noise to prove their strength. The Stoic lives by intention, not impulse. When you respond with silence, you send a clear message: I'm in control. This type of self-mastery is rare, and that's why it commands attention. True confidence doesn't seek validation. It radiates from within. It doesn't beg to be understood. It chooses what deserves a response. Now here's where your transformation begins. If you found value in this mindset, if a part of you is ready to operate on a higher level, not just react like everyone else, I invite you to subscribe. This channel is more than content. It's your training ground. Each video is crafted to build your resilience, sharpen your mind, and reconnect you with the strength that's already inside you. You won't find surface-level fluff here, only tools that work, rooted in ancient wisdom and tested by life's hardest moments. So if you're tired of being emotionally pulled in every direction, if you're ready to become the calm force others look to when things fall apart, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Every week, we go deeper into stoicism, into power, into peace. This is your edge in a chaotic world. Because once you master the art of no reaction, you don't just survive, you lead. The world often tells you that if you don't respond, you're weak. That if you don't defend yourself, you're allowing others to win. But that's a lie designed for the insecure. The truth is, not everything demands your energy. Not every insult requires a comeback. Not every challenge is worth accepting. The Stoic sees through this noise. They've trained their mind to conserve energy for what truly matters: goals, values, growth. Every time you react impulsively, you leak power. Every time you stay composed, you strengthen it. Think of a storm. It roars, flashes, screams for attention. But the mountain stands still. That's what emotional discipline looks like. You're the mountain. People will try to pull you into arguments, into gossip, into chaos. They want your energy because they don't have control over theirs. But when you say nothing, when you just raise your eyebrow and keep moving, you dominate without trying. You stay clean in a dirty world. And that's terrifying to those who operate through manipulation. In every moment you must choose, reaction or reflection, noise or mastery. If you've chosen mastery, then you already understand. The most dangerous person in any room is the one who refuses to be provoked, the one who responds only when it serves purpose. That's the power of no reaction. That's the Stoic advantage. When you embrace the power of no reaction, you don't become passive, you become precise. You stop wasting energy on things that don't move your life forward. You begin to respond only with intent, not impulse. This is where true freedom lives, in the space between what happens and how you choose to act. That gap is your kingdom, and every time you expand it, you gain control over your mind, your emotions, your destiny. Stoics knew this truth centuries ago, and it's why their philosophy still cuts through the noise today. They weren't cold or disconnected, they were calculated. They knew that emotional chaos is how the world controls you. And detachment? That's how you take your power back. You don't have to answer every critic. You don't have to engage every battle. When you choose to stay calm, you become untouchable, and the world begins to move around you, not the other way around. So the next time you're tempted to react, pause, breathe. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Or is this just noise trying to pull me away from who I'm becoming? That one moment of silence could be the moment that changes everything. And now, let me leave you with this. What if your greatest power isn't in what you say, but in what you refuse to respond to?